So today's video is about taking off the front right wheel and removing the brake drum the proper way. I removed the brake drum on the left side last week and broke some of the ribs on the brake drum because I hit it with a hammer, which is not the right way. So before I can do that, I need to get this up a bit. Sorry. Okay, that's the original tire and wheel. Need to get these rings off without damaging them. Should do it. There's two there. That's off. And then this one. Okay, they're off. And then we can see the nuts. Alright, I'm just going to try and loosen them. Put this here. Different size nuts, which is no Gouda. Right. They're all loose now. I hope should allow me to jack it up. All right. Okay. Now it's jacked up off the ground. As you can see, the wheel ain't moving because it's seized. The brake drum will be seized. I have to remove the bolts and then get the wheel off. So let's do that now. Hard as one hand. There it goes. One. Two. 3. Okay, and now for the bigger ones. These tires don't look the best. I'll more than likely replace them when the time comes. Okay, now I should be able to take off the wheel. And there it goes. Look at those covers. Big spider gone running there. Oh, look here. Plenty of cobwebs. You can see this one hasn't moved for a long time. Okay, spider there as well. Come on, get out. Don't trust this jack too much, so I'm gonna put this car stand underneath just in case. Should be right there. Okay. So now, the proper way to do this. What I did before was I had an M8 bolt, which was the correct size, but it was too short. I don't know where it is now, but fine. Anyway, this should be long enough. So I bought 5 of them today. We only need 3 to get the brake drum off. I'll show you how to do that. So basically, in the brake drum, there are 3 holes. There's one. There's the next one. And there's the third one. There. So, what we need to do is get these screwed in to push out the brake drum. So I'll start manually moving them in by hand. This top one feels extremely tight. I hope it's the right size. Should be the right size. Okay. Now let's see. Very little space here in this garage. 13mm bolt. That's turning good. Really need to get a tripod or something for this phone. Now you can see I moved to the next one, and that's so that we get the brake drum moving out evenly. A mistake I made last week, and I highly recommend you don't make the same mistake as me, is I whacked the back of the brake drum on the other side at these points here with a hammer. And what happened was I missed and broke off one of these ribs, 1 or 2 of them. Not the end of the world, but I prefer it was perfect, to be honest. Okay, that's tight now. This one is now also tight. I can see it's starting to move, which is a good sign. This car has not budged in 30 years, and that's because, well, I don't really know why, but for sure the brakes were seized on all 4 wheels, and unless you want to tow the car out, it ain't gonna budge with seized brakes. And this method is the right way to remove these brake drums without damaging the brake drums. These M8 bolts were 100 millimeters in length. There was various lengths there today, 50, 75, but I decided to get 100 to be absolutely sure that it wasn't too small, like the one I used to have, which is this one here, which is no good. If you look here, you can see that the length is shortening, and that's because the brake drum is moving out in my direction. These bolts are pushing against the brake hub behind it, and even though the brakes are seized, this method allows this to come out. Rotating between the three of them. I brought my vinyl gloves. Oh, I forgot. Every weekend I get my fingers really dirty and oily. Not much to go now. As you can see there. Nice car, isn't it? Takes a while, but it's worth it so that you don't break the brake drum like I did last week. So annoyed at myself. Impatience. And it's nearly out. Let's tight it. Look, how much is left? Very little indeed. Come on, brake drum, you can do it. You can see there's a gap there now, or maybe you can't see it, but there is a gap between the brake drum and the back plate. As you can see, when I move from one to the next, they appear to be loose. That's because the whole thing has moved out. And now it's tight. Then you move to the next one, which is now loose. When you're ready. The brake drums on these pontons on the front, they're ribbed to keep them, to allow them to cool quicker. On the rear, they don't have those ribs. Probably because most of the braking power is at the front. As in today's cars, there are 2 brake cylinders in each front wheel, or sorry, in each front wheel. But on the rear, there is 1 brake cylinder. So that makes a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 brake cylinders in this car. So the master brake cylinder as well. The master brake cylinder is the hardest because under the car, and it's very awkward with several brake tubes going into it. Oh yeah, this brake drum does not want to come off, as you can see. 30 years. I'm not going to give up. I'm doing it the right way this time. I'm getting on video so that others can learn how to do it right. Come on. Okay. Yeah, should come off soon. Really. It must be nearly there. When I arrived, my hands were clean. Not now. Okay. I can see a brake pad, brake shoe just there. I know the light is bad, but there is one there. Look how far these ones have gone in. Quite a distance. Oh, come on. Seriously. Oh, did I see movement there? I do, indeed. Come on. I'm just tired. The fun part will be that I have to undo these once it eventually becomes free of the brake shoe. But at least the brake drum will be okay. It's moving, it's moving, it's moving. It's moving quite a bit now. Brake shoes. Come on. Still no movement. Once we're free of the shoes, I guess this brake drum should then, oh, see that? Be able to rotate again for the first time in 30 years or so. It's not giving up easy, this one. Oh, that hurt. Okay, now it is off. That's the correct way to do it. And not damaged. See that? Of course I have to remove these 3 bolts, but that's easy enough. There is our brake drum off, and look at that. It's turning again. Excellent. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.